Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is ECW. Well, we are hot off the heels of an incredible pay-per-view by the name of Living Dangerously. But there is one all-important question that we need answered here tonight. One thing that we need to know. One explanation, and we're not going to waste any time here on ECW. We're kicking things off with the man who closed out Living Dangerously. We are going to hear from the game Triple H right now to start off this episode of ECW. There was so much to discuss in that moment when ECW Living Dangerously came to a close. Why did Triple H assault both men? Why did he shave his head bald? What has happened to Triple H between ECW, which was on Wednesday, and about 5 days later at Living Dangerously? A completely new look for Triple H, and that is only a fraction of the question of why. The main question, of course, is why did he ransack that main event? Why did he attack both Tyler Bate and Seth Rollins, leave them laying in the ring with the pedigree, and end the show holding up the ECW Championship? We were left completely to our own guesswork, as we have been since that evening at Living Dangerously. Now we finally get clarification. Triple H wanted this. He didn't want to wait for a match. He didn't want to even let me talk through the matches that are coming up here tonight. There was no point in doing any of that. The main thing that everyone wants to know is, why did he do what he did? Why did Living Dangerously end the way that it did? And rather than make us wait, Triple H is going to give us our explanation right now, here in front of this crowd in Liverpool. They're very close to something happening in the Premier League. That is coming second. But as for here tonight, they are being treated to the showing of Triple H, to the explanation of Triple H. The answer on the tip of his tongue, but he is making everyone wait as he makes his lap of the ring, essentially. Triple H, of course, what kind of ego is running through his head, knowing that after an incredible night that was Living Dangerously, after all the great matches we had from top to bottom, after all the great moments that we had, it seemed if they were almost all pushed aside for one man, and that was Triple H. We wanted to remember the show for Tyler Bate versus Seth Rollins, but instead we remember it for the invasion of Triple H in that main event. And now, after days of waiting, we finally get our answer straight from the horse's mouth. And reiterating what I said on the way as he made his way towards the ring, why did he shave his head? Why did he interrupt the main event of Living Dangerously? Why did he drive Tyler Bate and Seth Rollins' head into the mat with the pedigree? And since everyone's been wanting to know, since everyone's been tugging at his jeans, wanting to know, like a kid wanting another piece of candy, he will tell us the tale. He did what he did to show ECW what it needs. Not an overrated, overhyped trash bag in Seth Rollins, and not a kid who can barely grow a hair on his face, let alone carry the weight of being ECW champion like Tyler Bate. They need someone with class, someone with honor, someone who should have been world champion a long time ago. In Triple H's eyes, ECW needs him as the champion. He shaved his head to show that this place needs a fresh start, and himself with it. It needs a fresh guy on top. He asks, how long have we seen Seth Rollins on top? Far too long. How long is it until Tyler Bate is ready to lead ECW? Far too long. How long has it taken Triple H to be a world champion in this universe? Far too long. And as Bate and Rollins sit at home, clutching at their injuries, Triple H wants them to listen up. Bate will be kicked off his leg like the kid begging for the piece of candy. Rollins may well see himself as the king around here, but there is no greater king than the King of Kings. Triple H is coming for his crown. He is coming for the ECW Championship, and no one is stopping him. Everything at Living Dangerously built up for the warning. Triple H wants to be the ECW champion, and he has set his sights firmly on that prize here tonight. The Game kicking off the show by getting his point across, but here tonight on ECW, we're in for a great night of action nevertheless. We're going to kick things off with KUSHIDA making his in-ring debut on ECW right away. That's going to be a great one, as is our main event of the evening. Making big things happen on the other side of the pond, Koren will defend his ECW Television Championship in a triple threat open challenge match in our main event. I hope it ends in the way that we all want it to end, with a new ECW Television Champion. Let's get ECW's in-ring action underway with the time splitter himself, KUSHIDA. So, a pretty interesting way of starting off ECW, both in terms of the reveal from Triple H, and now the in-ring action that comes our way. First out to the ring, the man who will introduce KUSHIDA to ECW is Cedric Alexander. What a moment it was, though, at Living Dangerously, away from the main event, to see KUSHIDA on ECW. Mustafa Ali having just celebrated his victory over Hiromu Takahashi, having just embraced the moment of defending his Cruiserweight Championship. There's KUSHIDA. In an instant, he's there, and in an instant, he is staring face to face with the champion, and he wants a crack at the crown. I wonder what Ali has made of that since, of course, Ali just looked at him. It's like he didn't have a reaction to it. It's like he didn't know how to react. Maybe there was a part of Ali, maybe he's never been called out like that before, and he really didn't know how to react to it, and it just kind of took him off guard to see an incredible talent like this man wanting the shot at his belt. But here we go. The newest member of ECW, KUSHIDA, has arrived. It's a happy sight to see indeed. An immense, incredibly gifted talent like KUSHIDA on the ECW roster. What more could you ask for a guy like KUSHIDA? The NXT call-ups, they were probably the best batch we've ever had, in all fairness. Sanity to SmackDown, trifecta to Raw, Tyler Bate and KUSHIDA to ECW. Even though we got the same amount as Raw, I'd argue we probably got the better ones. I mean, we got Tyler Bate, and then KUSHIDA to go along with it. Yes, his NXT career didn't end the way he would have ideally wanted it to, but there's no denying the fact that KUSHIDA is still an incredible in-ring talent. He's shown it so many times in ECW, on NXT, and he's going to show it here tonight on ECW. Cedric Alexander definitely going to give him a tough matchup in his debut. Cedric not going to be, he's not going to be thinking that he's a pushover in this match, and he absolutely isn't. This, if KUSHIDA wants to prove that that he deserves to be standing face to face with the champion right away and thinking that he deserves a crack at the belt right away, then if that's what he wants, he's going to have to prove it. Duck under there by Cedric. Leapfrog from him as well. Nice drop kick, takes down KUSHIDA. These two guys just working each other out right now, making sure that they can get an advantage over the other, really. It's not easy for these guys to make something like that happen. KUSHIDA, of course, wants to impress in his first match on ECW. Cedric Alexander wants to clip the wings of the time splitter and use it essentially to kickstart his own charge towards the Cruiserweight Championship. That's going to be a matter that's very much so easier said than done. These guys are trading a lot back and forth right now. Like I said, Cedric looking to make life tough for KUSHIDA in his ECW debut. Spinning suplex driver, doesn't get a count though. Perhaps the referee not in position at the right time there. Thrust kick in the gut there by KUSHIDA though. Went for a Hurricanrana. Cedric swatted it away. Fisherman suplex, neck breaker. And Cedric now going to go up high. KUSHIDA in trouble. Frog splash. Cover made for victory. Not even a 2 count. KUSHIDA more than making life tough right now for Cedric Alexander's hopes of an upset win. Let's see what will happen now. KUSHIDA sending Cedric into the barricade, but Cedric quick to respond. Elbow in the face there and gets back in the ring. It seems if KUSHIDA's business and Cedric's is going to be in the ring rather than outside of it. Big drop kick there, sorry, by KUSHIDA. Cedric turns him round. Saito suplex there. Just watching this match now and seeing that it is, I think KUSHIDA is finding it a bit of a struggle right now, really, to get what he wants out of this match, to get somewhere against Cedric Alexander. Certainly seems as if he's not firing away on all cylinders like we'd expect him to. But like I said, this match wasn't designed to be easy. It was designed to test KUSHIDA here on ECW. Corkscrew moonsault. Thing of beauty from KUSHIDA. Will he use it to try and put this match away? KUSHIDA thinks he's done enough. Covering Cedric now for victory here on ECW. A kick out very early on. Took a long time between hitting the move and going for the cover. Back elbow there by Cedric. Sorry, he's still fighting in this one. Crossbody in the corner. On the apron now. Forearm back in the ring. Lovely combination by Cedric. Covers KUSHIDA for the victory, but can't get more. Then a 1 count. Side headlock now on KUSHIDA. Looking to try and assert dominance in this match. KUSHIDA very quick to respond. Good reversal by KUSHIDA again there. It's definitely working well when Cedric starts putting moves together. KUSHIDA just kind of puts the brakes on them, and it really derails Cedric, and it gives KUSHIDA that momentum boost that he needs to keep on going in this one. Let's see what he has in store here. Discus forearm. Cracked him with it. Covers Cedric for the victory. 2 count. Cedric shrugging off that kick, though. It's been a good performance from Cedric Alexander so far as well. No doubt about it. He's certainly proving why he was picked for this match and why he's not someone who KUSHIDA could ever overlook. Quick strikes now from KUSHIDA, playing it simple. Spinning kick in the gut as well. Cedric reeling slightly now. Backed up to another turnbuckle for KUSHIDA to take advantage how he pleases. Lawn darts Cedric into that second turnbuckle. Discus forearm as well. KUSHIDA fired up, but Cedric still not staying down. Full Nelson facebuster from Cedric for the win. Pucks the leg. Is it enough? KUSHIDA kicks at it too. Cedric would have been praying that was enough. Alexander goes to the top rope now. Will it be all? Will he get victory here by some means? What a neck breaker! Forearm in the face, misses with the spinning back fist. Trying to go punch to punch with KUSHIDA. Pays for it, and as a result, he's going back to the future! 1, 2, KUSHIDA wins! Welcome to ECW Time Splitter. KUSHIDA, your winner in a match that definitely picked up in the closing stretch. And a match that KUSHIDA deserved to win. And as he celebrates his victory, the Cruiserweight Champion watches on backstage. Mustafa Ali with an eye on the newest member of the Cruiserweight division on ECW. That can only mean one thing. The Wyatt family ready to pounce. Coming up right now, fallout from Living Dangerously. You saw Wolfe in the ring there, the third member of Downfall. And he is going to meet a man who will go this one alone. From the Wyatt family, the 2019 King of the Ring. And one half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, and one half of the side that was flattened by downfall at Living Dangerously. It is Aleister Black who makes his way towards the ring right now. We saw it in the pictures at the top of the show, and of course if you watched Living Dangerously, which if you didn't, why? You saw just what happened after the Four Horsemen were beaten by the Wyatt family. They were attacked from behind. They were laid out by downfall. The Wyatt family, the tag team champions, flattened by Harper and Rowan, and then in the blink of an eye, in came the DCC, and downfall were flattened. It all just happened in an instant, and it certainly left a taste really in the air that the tag team division is very much so an interesting, threatening area for all involved, especially the tag team champions. A lot of faction warfare you see in there. 3 from the Wyatt family, 3 from the DCC, 3 from Downfall. It is all to play for here tonight, though, for Aleister Black and for Wolfe at ringside. This is going to be a very interesting affair. You see Wolfe there, riled up and ready to go. Do not discount. As a matter of fact, I may have just seen there the outlining of one of their coats at the bottom of the ramp there of Harper and Rowan. So maybe Downfall are watching on at their full strength. Maybe they're standing there to prevent a Wyatt family invasion in this matchup. Either way, we are underway in this one. Aleister Black with a knee right into the face of Wolfe as this one gets going. Oh, there we go. Huge uppercut there from Wolfe. It's time for Wolfe to do the dirty work of Harper and Rowan. It is time for Wolfe to take care of business here and do what he needs in order for Downfall to prove that their assault not only made sense, but that they deserve to be in the talks for the Cruiserweight division, the tag team division, much the same as the DCC were following their attack. As far as I'm aware, there's no DCC here tonight. I haven't seen them backstage before the show started, and they're not scheduled to be on the card either, so there's not really much reason for them to be here. I do wonder, though, how all 3 members of the Wyatt family are feeling. Strowman and Black in particular, after the beatdown. I wonder how much did it take out of them. Strowman, I think, was hit with a discus clothesline twice from Harper. Black was thrown around the ring by Rowan. Definitely devastating for the tag team champions, and of course things didn't go well for Bray Wyatt either, as he came up on the losing side of things against the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata. Black eyeing up Wolfe here. There's certainly no love lost between these two, and there certainly has been more aggression added as a result of what we saw at Living Dangerously. Wolfe may not have been involved in it, but of course him being a member of Downfall means that he de facto pretty much is involved in this whole thing. Up on the top rope, and there are Rowan and Harper now coming down by ringside with a closer eye on it. Black looked for another moonsault on the top rope. Wolfe moved out of the way. And now Wolfe can try and take advantage here. What can we see from Harper? And Rowan at ringside as well. Right away, Rowan getting involved. That mask of his, the same as the black mask that Strowman wore into battle at Living Dangerously. Those 2 men who stand on the outside, former followers basically, is the only thing that comes to my mind of the Wyatt family. Rowan was dumped a long time ago. Harper stayed with him for the longest time, and then when Bray went to ECW, or rather was it when Harper went to SmackDown Live, I think it was, he found his new calling. They were on different brands, and Harper's calling was MK Ultra. It didn't work out, but He made something out of it in Downfall already, former ECW Tag Team Champions. And they are already eyeing one more. Reign at the very least to their accolades. Cover made here by Wolfe on Black. Very early kick out though. Goes out of the way there, does Aleister Black. Still going here as the king of the ring. In singles matches, Black is definitely going to excel. We saw it, of course, in Korakuen Hall back in March, when Aleister Black went through all the other men in the tournament to win the King of the Ring tournament, to win to win something that proves his value, his worth, and the danger that comes from Aleister Black. Rowan trying to get involved again. Referee, though, not getting distracted. That one backfired for Downfall, and now it is easy pickings for Aleister Black as he looks at Downfall briefly. Black Mass! And foreshadowing Aleister Black may well be towards Harper and Rowan as he connects with that one. Black Mass to Wolfe. Will that end things here? No! Rowan pulling the referee out of the ring. And Harper causing a distraction as well. Downfall working with strength in numbers right now. Big forearm in the face there. Wolfe looking to try and take charge to the best of his abilities here. Denied though. Harper trying to slide a steel chair in the ring, trying to make all the difference he can. Black Mass! 1, 2, it is over. Aleister Black gets one over on Downfall. A disgruntled look on Harper and Rowan at ringside. Victory for the King of the Ring. And that is a very fine message for Downfall. And from behind again! Just the same as Living Dangerously, only this time to Aleister Black. Sabin! All hail Sabin to the King of the Ring! Chris Sabin flattens Aleister Black, laid him out in the ring, kicked him out of it and takes a microphone. Sabin now with something to say. And it's a message that he wants to get across for everyone to listen to. They are the DCC. They do what they want, when they want. They don't take advice and they don't follow orders. There is one superior family around here, and it's the family that hails Sabin. A message sent loud and clear from Chris Sabin himself. The DCC want to prove they are the superior family on ECW. Yet more insanity come into play here on ECW, and in that tag team division. It hypes itself up every single time we see it. My goodness. Well, coming up next, Sami Callihan in-ring action. The Clockwork Project, of course, with a busy main event, but of course Callihan has to flex his own muscles as well. It hasn't really been the best job so far, in all fairness, for Lee and Callihan since they joined the Clockwork Project. It's kind of been Coren dragging them through everything. As we see here with Callihan by himself, he's got to go with this one alone. And I will tell you something, this might not be a match where Callihan will have wanted to be by himself. You'll see where I'm coming from in just a moment. Sami Callihan, though, standing in the ring. No Trevor Lee, no Coren at ringside. And there is, I mean, there may well be a reason for that. I doubt they know why. But he's going to wish he had Coren at ringside, because this man definitely wants revenge on the man who goes by Coren, on the leader of the Clockwork Project, and he'll take it out on the members of that very group. Back on ECW is John Cena. Cena back from injury, taken out at New Year's Revolution by Coren. And after 3-4 months away, Cena returns to ECW, and his first target right away is a member of that very group, is a member of the Clockwork Project, whose leader is the man who put him on the shelf. And of course, since Cena's been gone, that leader has claimed the ECW Television Championship. Kurt Angle and John Cena taken out by Koren. Angle's return certainly not looking as promising as Cena's has been. Cena was taken out after Angle, I believe. And even then, he has returned before him. Cena, though, back with a purpose, back with reasoning, back with revenge on his mind. And that is towards Koren. And that's why I said Callihan's going to probably wish he had support at ringside, because, yeah, Cena's not going to be in any playful mood. Cena's not going to be in a mood of forgiveness. He's been watching from the sidelines for 4 months because of Koren. And now he takes his revenge out on him. This Liverpool crowd cheering Cena on right now as we get underway here. Cena kickstarting himself aggressively. Throwing Callihan over the top rope there. Cena feeling confident here. Had all this time away. All this time as well to get himself back in ring shape as well. Cena ready to pounce now. Overhand punch there by Callihan, though, looking to knock his confidence a bit, looking to try and maybe, for Koren's sake, put him back on the injury shelf as well. Dragon screw, though, by Cena. Cena's repertoire of moves will look like now that he's come back. He always had those dangerous power moves to him. He always had moves that you wouldn't expect from him as well. The flip powerbomb coming to mind. But Callihan right now trying to keep Cena grounded. Trying to keep the former Mr. Money in the Bank away from getting any hopes of control in this one. Shoulder tackle again, though, from Cena in this contest. Definitely power has been something that John Cena has been working on while he's been away. Lifts up Sami Callihan and hits Emerald Flosion there. Cover from Cena after it, only gets a 1 count. Cena continuing on with that aggression, though. Big time power bomb. The power certainly has not gone away. If anything, Cena's been expanding it while he's been gone. Good counter though by Callihan. Forearms him in the face. Kick in the leg. There's super kick into the jaw. I'm not 100% certain what Cena was out for so long for. I mean, we were heading into WrestleMania season. It was chaotic during that period of time. But what I do know is that Cena is back, and he's looking to be back better than ever as well. Kick out there by Cena at the count of 1. Callihan is doing a really good job, though, of putting him in his place right now, stopping him from being able to take a lot of control, from stopping him, from putting him away so quickly. Good counter though by Cena to get himself out of that. High cross powerbomb. Cena, though, letting Callihan know you can't see him. And a statement to Koren with the 5-knuckle shuffle. Cena back. This newfound aggression driving him on once again. Cena could be just one move away from ending this now. Kick in the face though by Callihan. Counter there by Cena though. Counter by Callihan as well. Good back and forth counters. Wait a minute. Callihan might be looking. Cranial contusion could be incoming. What a counter from Cena. What a reversal from John Cena there. And things really aren't looking good for Callihan here. And if they aren't looking good for Callihan, they aren't looking good for the Clockwork Project. Certainly not its leader. Seems if Cena didn't want to go right into the open challenge. He wanted to make sure that he goes through everyone. He wanted to make sure that he sent a message just to Koren, rather than trying to take away his belt later on this evening. Superplex from the top rope from Cena. And now in the middle of the ring, STF on Callihan. STF applied. Callihan with a long way to go to the ropes. Cena looking for the submission. But he's not going to get it there. Big back elbows from Callihan, keeping him alive. Oh, but Cena counters in, belly to belly there from Cena. And now he puts himself in position. He knows Callahan's going to be staggered on the way up, and he knows it's a chance to end it. Attitude adjustment, counter from Callihan. Cena pulling himself to his feet. Rolls out of the way there. Callihan loaded up though. Forearm stuffed by Cena, and here we go. Attitude adjustment. Welcome back to ECW, John Cena. And he's back with a win. Cena, your winner in this one. He has beaten Sami Callihan, and he is happy with it. Oh, wait a minute though. Cena isn't interested in just letting things end there. It was more than just a match to Coren when he put him out on the shelf at Living Dangerously, and this is more than just a match to John Cena. 5-knuckle shuffle to Callihan again. I hope wherever Coren is, he's watching this one on right now, because Cena has him in his sights. Attitude adjustment. John Cena back on top on ECW. Cena celebrates in the ring. We go backstage here on ECW. Johnny Gargano. Oh, wait a minute. Well, how about that? Made for next week. Zack Sabre Jr. against Johnny Gargano. Gargano just looked like he had come backstage here. I had given him the night off. Looked like he had come backstage to just say hello to a few people, but instead confronted by Sabre Jr. And it seems as if the former Cruiserweight champion wants a piece of Gargano. They want to do it next week, fine by me. Nevertheless, still more action to come your way here on ECW. Coming up next, a sort of a rematch from the Battle Royal at Living Dangerously. The final two participants in that match were Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston. The winner of that Battle Royal, of course, would go on to Money in the Bank. It was Orton who won it, last eliminating Kingston. And now here tonight they meet one-on-one. Orton's Money in the Bank spot is not up for grabs. I just want to clarify that. This is just a match between these two guys. This is to show what would happen if they were in a match, not a battle royal. Would Kofi Kingston be able to get one over on the Viper? Orton was in control in that battle royal though. 4 eliminations, I think. Yeah, the only other guy who got an elimination was Kofi. And that was over Adam Cole in that battle royal, so it's not like he had a minor elimination either. He eliminated the guy who won the Royal Rumble back in January. Randy Orton, though, the first and so far only participant of the Money in the Bank ladder match. Last year, of course, it was an unsuccessful cash-in by Roman Reigns. And I wonder this year, will it be the same, or will we see that cash-in proved to be a success? 2 men from Raw, ECW, and SmackDown, of course, will represent their brand in that Money in the Bank ladder match, but it is more than about representing your brand. It is about claiming victory. It is about claiming that briefcase that gives you a shot at the title whenever you want it, and any title as well. It's not locked to a brand. Kofi Kingston was seconds away from it, basically. He was as close as he could have gotten to it, but it was taken away from him. He did not have the resiliency. He did not have his cat-like ability there to hold onto the ropes, to lock himself around them. And Randy Orton kicked him to the outside and kicked his way to Money in the Bank. Now, though, Kingston, who has shown a lot of fire and a lot of promise since joining ECW. I mean, there was his match with Hiroki Goto that, albeit got interrupted by what had been going on backstage between McIntyre and Gargano at that point, but in the Battle Royal as well, he showed great fire, and now here tonight, another great opportunity for the former Intercontinental Champion against the Triple Crown Champion, maybe even a Grand Slam Champion in this universe, in Orton. And there you go, crowd on Kofi's side as the bell rings and this matchup gets underway. I'm surprised we know if this crowd here would want to see an RKO. Like pretty much we want to see everywhere we go. We all want to see an RKO at some point or another. We got one at Living Dangerously. Was it on Kofi? I think he did hit the RKO on Kofi at Living Dangerously. I might be wrong. Look at that. Look at this. Chain wrestling though from these two guys. Back to the side. Headlock by Orton there. Kofi slips his way outside. Headlock of his own on Orton now. Nice shot of the referee's ass there. Arm drag. A hip toss, whatever you want to call it. Orton looking pretty peeved off about it there. Didn't get the upper hand in the early phase of this matchup. But Orton, enough of a veteran to know how to go in a matchup, what's the word I'm looking for here? Pretty much how to lead himself through a match, how to make sure that he's not exhausting himself. He knows how to lead a match. That's the way I'm looking at. He knows how to lead Kofi into mistakes, and of course how to lead him so that the Viper can spring the trap of the RKO and put this one away. Kingson though attacking with a lot of promise right now and a lot of fire. Living Dangerously must still be running through the mind of Kingston, and he wants to try and turn that around. Try and get a win under his belt here over Randy Orton. Thez press takedown by Orton now. Kingston in a little bit of trouble here. Whenever Orton starts to get going, it was the same with Kushida as well, we saw earlier. Whenever he starts to get moving, that's when Orton is dangerous. That's when he's troublesome. Because you can fire away whatever offense you want at Randy Orton. All he needs is a split-second opening, and it's an RKO, and you're done for. Orton puts together incredibly dangerous moves, one after the other, and you can't find that split-second opening. Everything that Orton does is so precise and methodical. It's designed to put you away. Kingston clothesline up and over the top rope. There goes Randy Orton to the outside. Now these two guys go. Nasty forearm in the face there by Kingston on the outside. Orton counters it though. And on his shoulder, snake eyes into the announce table. Face first into that covering there for Kofi. That's not going to do him any favors. Orton still in control in this one. Look, he just paced himself around Kingston there and knocks him back down. Everything the Viper does is for a reason. Seems like even when Orton is on the back foot, he's still about 2 steps ahead of his opponent. That's what makes him so dangerous. Kingston. Look out, Orton comes charging in. Kofi, double foot in the face. I don't think Randy had that one read. Neck breaker. What a counter from Orton. And he's going to make Kofi pay again. Always love the sight of this gut wrench. Neck breaker from Orton. One of my favorite moves in Orton's repertoire. And now the Apex Predator breaking down the limbs of Kingston. Stomping around his body. Randy Orton could be one move away from finishing it here. One RKO away, but Kingston's still alive. Michinoku driver from Kingston there. And look out, here comes the boom drop. He got it. Boom drop from Kofi. Into the cover, hoping he's done enough to beat the former world champion. And a very early kick out. Kofi might be taking a little bit off with that one, but he's got to stay on focus right now. Kingston could still be close to victory here. Wrenching on the jaw of Orton. Trying to put him away. This crowd certainly enjoying this matchup right now. Kofi, though, lining up Orton right now. Might see a trouble in paradise. Orton moves out of the way. RKO! The Viper strikes, and he wins it. All it takes is one missed move, and your match is over. Randy Orton, your winner. On ECW, Orton wins it. Kofi, one move short again. The RKO does it. Orton, your winner. And you can see Kingson stood up on his feet and definitely not best pleased about that defeat. Kingston came so close, but not close enough to that win that he seeks. Nevertheless, here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening. Up next, triple threat, open challenge, ECW Television Championship on the line. Coren wanted this. I was going to put him in it whether he wanted to or not. And this is going to be our main event of the evening. Who will step up to the plate? Who will try and dethrone the champion? If we could have Braun Strowman and... Actually, yeah, I'm not opposed to this. This helps. Coren wanted to be the last one out in this ring. He wanted to make sure that his challengers stood in the ring before he did. When you are signed to the most lucrative contract in universe history, you kind of sadly get to call some of your shots around here when in regards to you. It was either that or I was stuck with finding the hardcore title. Hiroki Goto, though, comes towards the ring. He's going to be the first of the two men to challenge for the ECW Television Championship here this evening. A very interesting evening it has been already for the A show. Coming out of Living Dangerously, still plenty to discuss here tonight. KUSHIDA's in-ring debut, the return of John Cena, the chaos in the tag team division, Gargano ZSJ for next week, and now the triple threat television championship matchup to close out the evening. Goto coming towards the ring here. Already a former United States champion. How does ECW Television Champion sound for Hiroki Goto, I wonder? In order to do that, he's got to win this triple threat match here tonight. Of course, remember, Goto does not have to pin or submit Coren. He just has to win. That's all he has to do. He can pin Shibata. He can tap Shibata out. And of course, something, if I was the challengers, something I would think of and something I would try and use to the best of my extent and advantage, it's no DQ. Fly with those weapons. Drive them into Coren's head. Work together. Take him out. Throw him in the trash. And win. Oh, this is music to my ears. Quite literally. The second man to step up in this matchup. It is going to be the wrestler. Oh, this is a thing of beauty. Katsuyori Shibata will challenge for the television title as well. Maybe I couldn't have asked for a better pairing to try and take Coren down than the wrestler and Hiroki Goto. Shibata, of course, off of the back of a win at Living Dangerously over Bray Wyatt. Now he challenges for gold. The enforcer, the new enforcer of the Horsemen, definitely looking to pick a fight with the bigger fishes, shall we say. Shibata never going to be one to turn a fight down, never going to be one to try and back away from anyone. He's going to fight anyone and everyone that he can, and he's doing that right here, right now. Goto already waiting on the outside. Shibata standing in the ring. Ah, yes, yes, yes. I like it a lot. These are the challenges to the title, and fingers oh so crossed that by the end of this evening, we have a new ECW Television Champion. I don't care if it's Goto and I don't care if it's Shibata, not in a disrespectful way. I don't care which one of you it is. Just make sure that for fuck's sake, it isn't him. Ah! He made me hate my favorite band in the world. That's how much I hate this guy. There he is. It's Coren. Yippity dippity doo. The ECW Television Champion coming towards the ring. Man who successfully retained over Minoru Suzuki at Living Dangerously. It, of course, was a very tough fight for Coren. Suzuki was never going to be a guy who was going to give in. And now Coren basically has to fight two Minoru Suzukis, two guys who won't give in, and in the case of Shibata, much like Suzuki, a guy who will slap you in the face over and over again and then kick you in the chest until it caves in. I like. Of course, there's no excuse of, if Koren loses this, he can't make up the excuse of, these guys were more rested than I was. All three of these guys were in action at Living Dangerously. All three of these guys were in matches. Shibata's was just as physical as Koren's. There's no excuse for Koren's defeat here tonight, which I'm praying happens. So here we go. It's our main event of the evening. The ECW Television Championship is up for grabs. Hiroki Goto and Katsuyori Shibata, your challengers to the champion and the leader of the Clockwork Project in Koren. I do wonder, though, right now, before this matchup gets underway, has the thought of Cena's return to ECW ran through the head of Koren at all? I suppose we'll find out at a later date. We'll find out at a time that isn't this main event, because Koren's got to be focused on his two challengers. Shibata just watching on right now as Goto and Koren lock horns with one another. Oh, up and over to the outside goes Koren. Good start there by Goto. Go on. Keep going. No, guys, you're fighting the wrong people. Goto already putting Shibata up on the top rope here. Oh, wait. Hanging him up in the tree of woe. That's why, kick in the chest. As Koren recovers on the outside. Took up as much time as he possibly could there. This matchup now firmly underway. As I said, no countouts, no disqualifications. First man to secure a pinfall or submission is the ECW Television Champion. Thumping kick in the back there by Shibata to Koren. And look at this now, they're beating him down. Shibata, incidentally or not, kicking Goto as Koren is pinned up against the ropes. Shibata and Goto working together on him. Oh, that is beautiful. Big dropkick from Shibata there. Koren goes down. Goto now. Neck breaker to Shibata. Knee in the back as well of the wrestler. Seems if Goto and Shibata definitely want to square off with one another as well. Maybe some old feelings from across the pond, shall we say. Koren though back up on his feet. There's press takedown here on Goto. Down he goes, rolling out of the ring here. And Shibata now getting his hands on the television champion. Double unhook suplex there from Shibata. Look how slow Koren dragging himself up to his feet. I think that's a little bit of mind games. I think that's a little bit of him just trying to make it seem like things are at a worse phase than they really are. But again, Koren pinned up against the ropes there. Again, they beat down on him. Double suplex. Countered by Koren. Double DDT there to both his challengers. It's the problem with Koren. That's why he's the longest reigning NXT champion. So dangerous. Oh, look at that though by Goto. Lovely vertical suplex thing, a beauty. Dropkick from Shibata attempted. Goto countered. Spinning kick in the gut now by Shibata. Oh, big clothesline by Goto. These two guys squaring off with one another here. Goto has him up on his shoulders. Ushikaroshi from Goto. And Goto looking to close things out. No, wait a minute. Shibata smart to roll out of the ring there. Roll up by Goto. Now Koren in the ropes. Hiroki Goto, though, has the television champion right where he wants him. Misses with that clothesline. Could be Goto's opening for the GTR if he was looking for it. Koren candidate. Kick in the gut. Twisting. Suplex there. Into the mat. Goes Goto. Shibata now clubbing away with more hard hits. Sleeper. Oh, Koren though getting his arm to the ropes. Tragic shame. Cover made here now by Shibata. Goto in to break it up early, but there was no real reason. I imagine Koren would have been able to kick out of that one. Takes the leg down now, does Goto. And slams it into the mat. His body weight coming down on Shibata's knee there. Devastating move. Goto now. Is he going to look for the cover here? Yes, he is. Hoping he's done enough for the title. Kick out at 1 by Shibata tells you the whole tale. The champion taking a very long time indeed, though, to get back up to his feet. I think Koren's trying to take as much time as possible. Try and stay out of the action as long as he can. Let the challengers beat each other down and then use that to his advantage later on. And there's a part of me that wants to go, yeah, he's not thinking of that, but in this ring, he is smart. He's incredibly ring savvy. He knows what he's doing in between those ropes. He's so smart. Clothesline there from Koren to Shibata as Goto rolled to the outside. Diving fist drop from him as well. See what's going to happen here. Oh, jawbreaker there from Shibata, still alive in this one, STO. There kind of just hasn't been a lot of wrestling moves. There've been a lot of throwing moves at one another though. And basically throwing their bodies into it as well. Step up enziguri from Shibata. Big time move from him there. And once again though, the challengers will scrap with one another as they have done so many times in this match. And that gives Koren all the time in the world to recover. And I think Goto may have just realized that. Rolls back in the ring. Counter 1 though. Come on, Goto. You got the champion seated. Don't try and start a chant or anything like that. Just stay on the champion right now. That's your best bet of walking out with that belt. Lariat in the back of the head there. Koren now. Waist lock, suplex, and a kip up after it. I hate you, you smug bastard. No! Clock strikes 12! Clock strikes 12! It's almost like Goto came down on Shibata as well in the impact. Koren goes into the cover to retain his television title. There's 2. What a save from Shibata! I don't know if Goto would have kicked out of that or not, but I definitely know that Shibata made the save. Octopus stretch by Shibata. Trying to make Koren tap out. Trying to become the ECW Television Champion, please. Not happening. Sidewalk slam from Koren in response. Shibata rolls out of the ring at an unwise time. This allows Koren to just stay on Goto right now, who hadn't moved a muscle after that cover. But he's alive. Goto is fighting. He's hanging on in there and he's not giving in on Koren right now. Snake Eyes in the corner. Cover made. Hoping he's won the title here. Only gets one. Only gets one. Back in the ring we go for Shibata. Koren back up to his feet. Huge uppercut though. And again, pins him up against the ropes and Shibata starts kicking away. Goto from behind. GTR. Koren out of the ring. This is the moment for Goto. Shibata kicks out at 2. What a kick out from the wrestler. I know I clamoured for a new ECW Television Champion, but it's not as if Goto and Shibata are going to be in cahoots over who walks out with that TV title. They're going to fight one another for it. Goto with a camel clutch locked in. Koren kicking and swinging, but look at that. Goto wasn't letting go of the hold. Shibata breaks out of it anyway. These 3 guys have just been knocking smoke out of each other from the moment this match begun, and I have loved it. Counter there. Drop toe hold from Shibata. Step up enziguri from him as well. Goto goes to the outside of the ring. He evades Koren's strike there, kicking away at the leg of the champion. Shibata is more than fired up. And again, that octopus stretch. Again, he's got it stitched in. I kind of wish he went for the PK in that moment, though. Goto looks a long way from recovering. Sidewalk slam once more from the champion. Fights himself out of that hold. Oh, no. Cross-armed brainbuster from Koren. Devastating move to retain the title here this evening. Kick out from Shibata at 2 now. Shibata's taken a lot of offense in this match, and still he fights. Drop kick from Shibata. And there's blood on the face of the champion. Look at that. Koren busted open. What a move from Goto. Drop kick as well from Shibata. Again, Goto rolls out of the ring. Shibata's favored weapon in this has been that drop kick, and it's been devastating. Koren bloodied from it. Goto watches on now as Koren and Shibata square off in the corner. Chop in the chest there. Shibata rolls out of the ring. Wait a minute, I think Goto busted open as well. That must have been from the drop kick as well. Incredible how much damage the drop kick did in this match. Oh no, wait, there's that cross-arm brainbuster again. Koren nails him on the bloodied head of Goto, who staggers up to his feet. Clock strikes 12. Even with no idea who his opponents were, and even when they ended up being two of the hardest, toughest fighters on ECW, Koren may have done enough to retain the title. There's the cover, there's the count, there's the save from Shibata. Oh my goodness, what a save. Koren though knocks him back down. Just a hard elbow into the face of Shibata, and down he went. But look at this now, the bloodied heads of Goto and Koren fight again, sending each other into the turnbuckle pad there. Super kick in the back of the head, countered by Goto. Clothesline attempt, countered by Shibata. Back suplex, Koren goes down. Oh, counter for counter there from both Shibata and Goto. Attacking the arm there, smart idea from Goto. Does he have an opening right now to try and win this one? No, up and over to the outside goes Shibata. Goto again goes out of the ring briefly in that costume. He should have just gone in the ring, and he should look for the GTR right now to try and end it. I know you've got it in you. I know you've got it in you, Goto. What a main event this has been, though. Just three guys swinging their body weight around on one another until the other one can't get back up to their feet. This has been just a pure fight more than anything else. Air raid, crash, neck breaker. Down goes Goto. Chop in the chest from Koren. Oh, no, no, no. Oh my goodness, as the blood is really now dripping down the head of the champion, so too does his aggressive mind slip into play. Powerbomb on the apron, on the LED board. Shibata's back could have caved in on itself right then and there, and Koren would have loved it. Cross arm brainbuster to Goto. There's the count. Koren still hasn't retained. Goto kicks out. But Shibata isn't moving on the outside. The wrestler down. Oh, wait a minute. There is still life in him. I stand corrected. Shibata is still up on his feet. He still isn't giving in. Oh, counters Koren as well on his way back in. Come on, Shibata. He's still in this one. There's still hope for him. Huge uppercut into the ribs there. Oh, wait a minute, what the hell is he doing now? Oh my! Stamped his head into the mat from close range. Shibata could have been concussed from that. And Goto hasn't moved a muscle. Indian deathlock now. Indian deathlock from Koren. Submission hold on Goto. Is Goto too exhausted to keep going? The answer is yes. Goto taps. And Koren retains the ECW Television title in a fantastic main event. These three men gave it their all. They threw everything at one another until one could give in, and it is Koren, unfortunately, who remains the television champion. But one pending question for Koren must be, what is his reaction to the return of John Cena? Maybe we'll find out Let's hope we will. Val and this episode universe. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys. And ta-ra.